So let's talk about spitting game slash catcalling slash street harassment. The way people, particularly girls, talk about it right now is they're insinuating that anytime a person, particularly a male who you don't know, talks to you on the street or compliments you on the street, it's street harassment, and that's really not the case. In real talk, that's kind of that overly intense, extreme feminist bullshit of it's my body, you can't talk to me, and that's not how it's supposed to work. We're social creatures. We are meant to interact with people. There's nothing wrong with people talking to you on the street or complimenting you on the street. But I am gonna tell you where I draw the line and where I believe it's not okay, and where it goes from being social and courteous to being harassment. But sidebar, you know what's kind of funny is how everybody wants to be extra popping on social media. They want all these interactions and followers and likes and comments and all this other stuff. But when it comes to being social in person, like face to face, how we're actually supposed to be, you want to be like, ew, no, don't talk to me. Like what? So you'll take his like and his compliments on Instagram, but if he says it to you on the street, you got an attitude? Okay. The thing about being social is, if I'm open to it, then yes, I don't mind talking to you or having a short conversation or whatever. I mean, if I don't want to talk to you, don't press me about it, because I don't have to talk to you. But if I do decide to open up and have a conversation with you, and the only thing you want to talk to me about is my appearance, then no thank you. I don't want to talk to you. I know what I look like. I live with this face. I don't need you to tell me. Don't act like you're doing me a favor by complimenting me. The purpose of my existence isn't defined by how desirable you find me. And despite what you may think, not all girls are insecure to the point where they need the validation of others to get through the day. I'm sorry, but I don't need you to tell me that I'm beautiful, okay? I think I'm beautiful. That's all that really matters, okay? Let me chill. I don't mind when people try to spit game or talk to me on the street or whatever, but when a woman or anybody, because street harassment can happen to anybody, just the majority of the time it is towards a woman. But once a person either vocalizes or through body language makes it clear that they are uncomfortable with the situation or don't want to talk to you, that's where the line should be drawn. Once you overstep that line and continue to pursue that person, that's when it becomes street harassment or harassment, period. Harassment is when you're giving someone unwanted attention, when you're doing something to someone that they don't want. Like, that is harassment. And it really is sad that this still needs to be explained, but it just seems that we live in a world where yes means yes and no means maybe. And even sadder is having to say something like, no, I can't, I have a boyfriend, because you just know that a guy's gonna respect what belongs to another man, as opposed to actually respecting a woman saying no. But really, my biggest problem with people approaching me on the street or whatever is I don't know your intent. I never know what you're approaching me for. When guys sneak up on you or when they like slow down their car, like, I don't know what you're about to do. I don't know if you're about to kidnap me. And you might be thinking, oh, that's such a crazy out of this world thought, but it's like, that's actually stuff that happens. I mean, people get approached and robbed on the daily. I had a guy approach me and try to snatch my phone, and I tased him in the face. Like, you really just never know. Story for another day. Even when you look at the stats, it's like 1 in every 4 or 5 women are gonna face some sort of sexual assault sometime in their life. Like, it's really not that crazy to have these thoughts and wonder why are you so close to me right now? Like, I don't know you. But either way, the funniest thing about catcalling and spitting game, and by funny I mean downright stupid, is how butthurt niggas will get when you turn them down. 1 second it's like, damn baby, you hella fine, but when you're like, nah bro, I'm good, they want to be like, fuck you bitch, you ugly anyways. If I gave you my number, I'd still be ugly. And I doubt you're getting any numbers anyway, so I guess every female you talk to is ugly, huh? That's none of my business. But when talking to a friend about this, he was like, well, what about when you're being a gentleman and you're being respectful and you're not being rude? And she's still like, no. And I'm just like, congrats for not being a fuckboy. We don't have to reward your respect with our phone number. Like, if we're not interested, we're not interested. When someone is being polite or respectful, I'm gonna be polite to you because that's just how I was raised. But if you're making me uncomfortable, it's like, fuck your politeness. We don't have to be polite to someone who's making us uncomfortable. Following me around the block, pressing me about it after I've already made it clear that I'm not trying to fuck with you, like, it's not okay. But hands down, my biggest issue when people are trying to spit game or whatever you want to call it is people touching me. Do not touch me. Do not grab my arm. Do not grab my waist. Do not grab my ass. Do not swipe my cheeks. Yes, that has happened before. A quick like, what is that? Do not touch my face. Do not touch my hair. Like, it's not okay. This is me. Don't touch me. More recently, a guy in a bar grabbed my arm and he like pulled me over, and I'm just like, why are you grabbing me? He was like, it's too loud. You wouldn't have heard me if I was like, ay. If you're like, ay, I'm not gonna talk to you anyway. But if you could grab my arm, you could tap me on the shoulder. Like, you could just be like, excuse me, miss, I saw you from across the room. Like, no, you didn't have to grab me. Like, it's not okay. It's never okay. So yeah, I'm sure these are things that most, if not all, girls have dealt with at some point in their life. So tell me what you guys think. Share your experiences below. Fellas, make sure you tell me what you think and what you think about approaching girls on the street and the right way to do it, the wrong way, all that other stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah.